Oh, we're recording. Hi. You have found, Jerry Bear, you have found the Sunday video update for Sunday, October 18th, 2020. Joining me off camera this week, my dad and Amy.
Hello.
Um, what a week. What an interesting week I just had. Um, yeah, so I'm going to get to that right away. First of all, before I get to anything that I'm going to discuss in this week's video, can you come over here for a minute? Huh? Just so we're clear, my dad and I are not the same fucking people.
Yeah, so what the fuck your problem, assholes?
This is my dad. His name is Wayne. Oh, and you
Now,
also...
oh, say, yeah, I got another son named Wayne too,
Yeah,
dumbass.
I have a brother named Wayne,
So,
and he lives in Saginaw.
fuck you all.
Yep.
Fuck you.
So, thank you. So I wanted to get that out of the way just so we had some clarity on that because it seems like somebody likes to deflect and try to make me look like a bad guy. I have been pandering this all weekend long. Actually, I was at my friend's house uptown and yeah, and then it all just sort of came crashing down. The people who I thought were my friends and people I've been connected with for the past 7 years, turns out that they were fake as fuck. And so here I am by myself again. But that's okay. And a name I'm going to mention because I know you guys are watching my videos out there. This gravely ill individual that I am. I know that you're watching my videos and I know they're being shared on Facebook. So let's talk about this guy named Tom Mitchell. Because it seems to me like little Mr. Broken Boy has an issue with me, and he emailed me, sent me something really distasteful, and we're going to dive into that right now. So, well, I'm going to read you the email. Maybe. It says I don't have internet, but maybe we won't read the email. Ah, I got an idea. Dad, you want to take my spot for a minute?
Yeah.
You can sit here and talk and say whatever you want real quick.
Oh, hello. Oh, this is Wayne. I'm Jared's dad, so, a lot of you guys out there are bullshit, you know. He give you all his attention and all you guys want to do is screw him over and call him names and do this and that. Huh. You guys are a bunch of idiots.
I don't know why it's saying I don't have internet access. That's weird. Because it's showing I'm getting a connection.
And you simple-minded person that's always saying stuff, you don't know me. You wouldn't want to know me, brother. But I would take care of you. So, I'm going to let Jared get back here because if I get on here, I'm going to say things. All you guys wouldn't like me. And really, you know what I always say? Fuck it. I don't care who likes me. I don't care who does.
Or who doesn't.
And who doesn't. It doesn't matter to me. You all can be replaced
Yeah, and I found that out the hard
by
way.
other people.
That I can be replaced too. So.
And you guys just like to run your mouths and everything, but you don't have no... You ain't got the balls to come to where I'm at.
I found the email.
Because you don't know what would happen. I'm not threatening you. I'm promising you. Come to my territory. Find out where I'm at. You wouldn't like it. we have a place for people like you. Well, that's all I'm going to say. Hey, have a nice day.
Thank you, Dad.
Yep.
So I'm going to take the seat back. All these people who like to say that we're the same people. So for some reason I'm unable to access my emails on my computer here. But I'm going to read you this message that this email that Tom Mitchell had sent to me, just so you guys know that he's not so as perfect as you think he is or like to pretend that he is. So this is what he sent to me. Dear Jared, I wish we had a piano. Dude, as I'm reading this, because it's just so like
dramatic.
Dear Jared, I asked you nicely a couple years ago to please leave me and the family Still Brave serves alone. Where'd you go to school, man? You just couldn't help yourself, though, could you? Oh, you mean telling it like it is? No. Fine, in capital letters. It's one thing for you to bash me and my good name on your stupid little YouTube channel. Well, if it's so stupid, then why the fuck are you here watching my videos?
Why we're listening to him? Huh?
Must have struck a nerve with you, huh?
He must enjoy it, or he wouldn't be watching it. Because he knows everything is true.
It's one thing for you to bash me and my good name on your stupid little YouTube channel. It's not stupid because you wouldn't be here if it was stupid. It's quite another to harass family. Oh, harass. Didn't I just outline what harassment means like a week or two ago? So you jumped on this childish bandwagon, Tom. It's quite another to harass families and supporters of Still Brave. Who the fuck cares if they support your fucking nonprofit organization, dude? Nobody cares. Up until now, I have granted you a great deal of grace because I know that you are a gravely mentally ill man.
Oh, really?
Where's my pills? I forgot to take my pills this morning.
So are you? So he is narking the mentally ill
Yeah. So
people.
yeah, really.
So what do you got a lot of talk
So
about
so so now you're making fun of mentally ill people?
Or it has
You know what? That's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, and because you know what, Amy? Got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I have mental issues, and I'll tell you right now, we're just as normal as everybody else,
It's
you
not
asshole.
normal.
Yep, there you go.
There you go.
See, you've upset. It's not just me. It's not just me. So, I know that you are a gravely mentally ill man, says the egotistical narcissist asshole
Yeah.
who thinks he's better than everybody and the world revolves around him. However, I'm over it now. Are you really?
Then leave me alone.
Emailing and harassing people. Oh my fucking God. So you emailing me is not harassing me? Wow, what color's your cuddle, dude? Emailing and harassing people I love and care about is unforgivable. Oh, and the perfect Bible of Tom Mitchell, right? Even for someone who is mentally ill. There he goes again, making another cheap shot at people who have mental issues. Coming from a mentally ill, egocentric jackass. But
You know, I may be mentally ill and had my issues,
you're taking care of it.
but I take care of it by taking medications that I am prescribed, and I'm doing better than I was in 2002.
There you go. You have crossed the line with me for the last time. Ooh. Fuck you and your line. You wanted beef with me? You got it. Ooh.
Want some enchilada? You got the whole enchilada.
He says, you wanted beef with me? You got it. Such a tough guy in an email. But I don't think it's going to look like you thought it would. Oh, I'm so scared I'm quaking in my boots. Your days of stalking and tormenting people in the childhood cancer community, that's that jackassery again, the word community. It's only for people who have their asses kissed and their ego stroked on a daily basis. They are the ones who refer to that as a community. But anyway, your days of stalking and tormenting people in the childhood cancer community is coming to an end starting now. Is that so? Well, fuck you. I remain sincerely in kindness. In kindness. That's the hypocrisy I'm talking about. That is the hypocrisy right there I'm talking about. This fucker gets on Facebook. He preaches kindness, savage kindness all day long. Every day. But he can make fun of mentally ill people. He can email people about emailing people. What a fucking hypocrite you are, dude. I know these videos are getting shared on Facebook. That's wonderful. I love it.
Now they see how much of an asshole he is.
P.S. Nobody calls you Jared Bear dickhead. Really?
Really? Ah.
Oh, I'm a dickhead.
Tell that to my parents.
I'm a dickhead. Oh, okay. That's a nice upgrade. Thanks,
Jared,
little broken freak.
Jared, tell them. Tell that to my parents.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, a lot of people still call me Jared Bear.
Your aunt used to call you that.
Everybody still calls me Jared Bear. So that's an email from a man-child. Oh, goodness gracious. People are just so immature. Let me sign out of this real quick, guys, and I'm going to get back to you. But see, it's okay when everybody else can trash on me like that. That's fine. When I was bending over backwards and stretching my neck out for other people for the past 7 fucking years of my life, oh, that was okay. That was okay when I could do that.
People feel good about themselves and stuff.
But because I speak a little bit of truth about shit that I don't agree with in the childhood cancer world, everybody has their panties in a fucking uproar. Well, you know what? That's too bad. This more than 4 shit, you guys are just chasing your fucking tails. And admittedly, I've been chasing my tail for the past 7 years. This shit is never going to change. It's never going to get better. And you got to be really fucking naive to think that anything is going to change. It's never going to change. I'm sorry.
And if you don't believe it, listen to that one man on there.
It's never going to get better. This is never going to change.
He'll tell you all about fucking Facebook.
It's not Facebook I'm talking about. It's childhood cancer awareness. There's never going to be more than 4% of the federal budget going towards research. You guys are fucking naive. You're chasing your tails. And now that I can wipe my hands clean of this particular demographic of people, although I am a childhood cancer survivor, I have just read to you an email where people will do anything to act like they're God, or they think that they're at the top of every, you know, they think they are the absolute center of everybody's attention. That's the working of an egocentric narcissist. So for the past 7 years that I've been devoting my life to this cause, which was a total fucking waste of my time, you have sex predators, Milk Tyson, drug addicts, Ronnie Duvall, and egocentric narcissist, Tom Mitchell. That's what we have. That's what it consists of. And instead of, you know, okay, you call it a community. This is not a community, because when I made other people a priority for the past 7 years, when I was making those people a priority, they made me a fucking option. This is not a community. It never was. And that freak show, that circus called Carefest, you guys can go. If it makes you feel any better about yourselves, keep going, because it's not going to change. I have had it. It's the final straw. Thanks for wasting the past 7 years of my life thinking that you people actually gave a fuck and you actually wanted to see change. Instead, what you wanted was to look popular. You wanted to be famous. You wanted to be notorious for something. You can be notorious for sitting on these and spinning. The childhood cancer is broken. It's trashed. That's it. There's no fixing whatsoever. And I'm done. Tom Mitchell, you can play down on people's emotions some more for many more years to come, and you're going to have just as many gullible people believing and following you because you're such an amazing man. Yes, through the lens of Facebook. And then when you go out in public, you have to try to match the persona that you put out on social media. You are a fucking fake. You're just as fake as the next motherfucker. The problem with you people is when you preach what's real, you can't handle what's fucking real because I've shown you what's real. You people can't handle that shit. You're not ready for that. You'll never be ready for that, judging by what I've had to deal with over the weekend. You guys are fucking, you're fake. And anybody who supports Tom Mitchell, you're just as fake as he is. So, adios, toodaloo. Oh, and Tom, when I said this in the email response, that because you attacked me in that email and I replied to it. So check it out. I said this in the email and I'm going to say it in my video. When you run the Moab next year, put on a bright pink neon fucking pink tutu. Match the earrings. Freak. Anyway, so you got to see my dad and hear from my dad, and you had some input from Amy. We're a riled up bunch in this house this week.
My name is Wayne, and so is my other son.
Yeah,
Wayne.
I have a brother named Wayne.
So assholes.
Yeah.
Jared don't look like me.
I don't look
He's
like
bigger
you.
than me.
Oh, I'm taller than my dad. That's what he means. I'm taller than him. You got to think before you speak, Dad. You got to have all your thoughts lined up in a row here. But it's just calling me gravely ill because I speak the truth about shit that I'm witnessing. Well, then you know what? If you want to make fun of mentally, and for him to preach kindness, his savage. Listen, if you people support him and you're going with the savage kindness bullshit, you're just as much of a liar as he is. You're just as much of a fake and a phony as he is. No one preaches kindness on social media and then turns around and emails me something so stupid. Well, you're a gravely mentally ill man. And so you don't like mentally ill people? Coming from a mentally ill person. And P.S. not everyone calls you Tattoo Tom. Some of us just call you a fucking prick. So, and Amy, I'm glad you spoke up. Thank you. Because for how many weeks now have I actually been speaking out against people like this, and you just now open up this week. Thank you for that. I want to hear more. I want to hear more of your input. I don't want you to be afraid to speak up. I'm sick of people like this. They think they run everything. They think they control everything.
People like that is what gives us that name.
And here's something else to consider. Provided that I've dedicated the last 7 years of my life to this cause, that's like, and then dismissing me, it's like saying that my calamity is going through childhood cancer didn't matter. That what I do in the world never mattered. Well, you know what? It did fucking matter. And the things that I've done for people, you may never hear about. They're not going to tell you about that.
And I'm proud of what you've been doing.
I have devoted so much of my time, my resources, and my energy. 7 years.
It made you happy.
Because I thought people cared. I thought people were genuinely, truly my friends. I thought people cared. The childhood cancer world is a broken bunch of people. That's it. There's no fixing you people. You're destroyed mentally. Seems we're going to be talking about mentally ill, but I'm not making fun of mentally ill people. I'm stating a fact.
They're people. They're humans.
I'm not bashing on mentally ill people.
They're human beings.
But there's something with you people that is not right in your heads. Tom Mitchell. Anyway, so...
Jared has never been diagnosed with a motherfucking mental issues.
No, not that I
Tom
can.
Mitchell,
Yeah, not that I can recall.
if
Wait a
so,
minute. Wait a minute. It's motherfuckers like you that make us that way.
you got it.
You people.
Yeah.
Thinking you fucking
So
above everything. Nah.
It's not easy living a life with a mental illness.
no, it's not. It's not. I've had to witness that firsthand.
You get your mind
Why do you
freaking
think there's so
playing
much?
games with
And
you.
this is why there's so many suicide
Yep.
things going on, is because people like you guys, Tom Mitchell and the mother boneheads, is why people do what they do, because you got to fucking gang up on them.
Yeah, because because when I noticed something, when I said, what a hypocrite
Yeah.
and a narcissist and an egocentric,
Yep.
somehow that makes me a bad guy because I call out the obvious.
Uh-huh. Oh, they probably wouldn't know what them words mean anyway.
No, they're too big.
They probably wouldn't
They're
know
too
that.
big and you don't understand. But another word,
Grab a gun and shoot yourself, Tom Mitchell.
well, I don't encourage suicide.
No.
I know that.
And I wouldn't encourage Tom Mitchell as much as we don't get along. I don't encourage him to harm himself.
I'm sorry.
Any of them.
I just had to throw it out there,
Any
Jerry.
of them.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't encourage anybody to harm themselves.
No.
Ignore that.
The thing is, when you speak the truth, it's the truth that people don't like. It's the truth that people can't handle. And when I've been pointing out, well, Jared, you should just focus on you. You know what? If we're going to talk about childhood cancer awareness, we need to focus on the smaller issues before we can get to the bigger issues. You call it a community. Okay, it's a loaded word, but okay. If we're going to call this a community, we need to act like it, meaning that there's equality for everybody involved. You think I wanted to be sick as a kid? You think my dad wanted to spend 6 months of his life in a fucking hospital? I'm telling you, nobody asks to be there. Nobody asked to be there. Not even you, Tom. You didn't ask to be there with your kid, with your daughter. And I'm sorry she died. I'm really sorry.
That is a sad thing.
Yes, it is. And I'm not going to sit here and poke fun and make light of a delicate situation. And I know that's why you have a nonprofit organization. I know that's why you run these races, because you made a promise to your daughter. I understand that, and I'm not denouncing that. Good for you. But I've had it with people who think that they are above and beyond the fucking rest of the world because of who they are and what they do.
Or they claim to do.
I have had it with people like that. Because if you understood integrity, if you had any understanding of integrity, you would know that everything you do does not deserve a spotlight. So someone wrote a book and they mentioned your name. Big fucking deal, dude. Big deal. I've had people who were friends with me, they've written blog posts and they mention my name. Oh, and they use the word Jer Bear too in their blog posts. So there's that. But you don't see me getting on Facebook, oh, I'm so important, I'm so amazing, I'm so special. You're a fucking grown man. Act like it. And making cheap shots at mentally ill people?
Bullshit.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
And you are ridiculous for even writing shit like this.
You know-
But no, what Tom Mitchell does is perfect. It's perfect. He never does wrong. And in your eyes, and the eyes of all you people who follow him, and you got your heads up so far up his ass, he is just so perfect. He never does wrong. Why? Why is that? I didn't realize that Jesus came back. Oh, Jesus.
They came back.
By the way, actually, before I get to that, Amy, what were you gonna say? I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Tom Mitchell is the one with the mental issues.
Yeah. Speaking of Jesus, now this is gonna get hairy. This is gonna get interesting, because if you're friends with me on Facebook, you know that I never spoke much about politics. I'm not really a political person. Never talked about religion. But I'm here to tell everybody that something about me that you may not have known. Seems that we're talking about being real. I am an atheist. You people may not have known that, but I am an atheist. Now, what does atheist mean? Atheist means that it's soft atheism. I'm not saying there is no God. I'm saying that I'm not convinced with evidence. There's evidence missing. I'm not convinced that there is or was ever a God that existed. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying there is no God. I don't worship the devil. You know, none of that. But I don't have any religious beliefs. I just don't. And I haven't for a long time. So, there's that. But now, I've wasted probably over a half hour or longer because I can't see how long I've been recording. So, my week, other than this bullshit facade going on with him, with this Tom Mitchell guy, my week has been going pretty good. I had a really good week. How was your week? Leading up until now. Confusing.
Mine was emotionally and that because my mind was playing games with me.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I was able to pull out of it with Dad's help.
Yeah.
And your help. But when I get to where my mind's playing games with me, I have to refocus on something else.
Yeah.
That's better.
On my week, well, people don't like me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They don't
I don't either.
Like me, I don't give a fuck.
And I think part of my issue is I'm trying to take care of my mom, who has dementia, Alzheimer's, insulin bound, and we just find out she's only working on half of a heart.
Her top part of her heart's not working. She's on that.
And she's on the pacemaker.
That pacemaker's keeping her heart going.
Yep. If it wasn't for a pacemaker, she wouldn't even be here today.
If that pacemaker stops, she's gone.
My
Serious thing you can ever go through besides cancer.
Yeah. My week was pretty good. I went up to my friend's house in Chesaning. And this was actually yesterday. I was up at his house. And I've Jake Richardson, if I've mentioned him a few times in my videos. I've known him since I was a kid. We go back like 30 years. So we're childhood friends. I went up there to visit him, and he was actually, and I didn't know you could do this.
What's that?
And I found out you can actually take your bridge card and go on like Walmart.com.
Yeah.
You can enter in the numbers of your bridge card and put in an order for groceries. And then all you got to do is drive to Owasso or to your local Walmart.
Yeah.
And they will bring the groceries out to you free of charge. They'll have it off the shelf, scanned, and they'll bring it out to your your vehicle. I didn't know that.
That's weird.
So Jimmy does it.
But the thing is, with something like that, though, are they getting the most expensive shit? That's the next thing.
Yeah, but if you're putting in an order.
Yeah, but...
And especially with food stamps, they're not going to go for probably the most expensive stuff.
Right.
What happens...
Now, if you pay cash, it's different.
Yeah, but what happens if... Okay, you see it on thing, what they got on sale.
Yeah.
And then you go and order it, and then the price is a whole lot different than what it was. See?
I don't know.
Like
It seems like they would get in trouble for that.
They do
For false
They
advertisement.
do it at Frank's Supermarket. Just me.
Yeah, but you order it on the internet, Dad. You go on the
I
website,
don't know if I'd like that.
and it would actually save you some time, considering you're not walking around the fucking store for 2 hours.
With the COVID being going on right
Yeah.
now, that's the best way to go. Cause
Yeah.
you ain't even got to go in the store.
Right? You don't have to wear a mask.
With the one employee.
As long as they don't try throwing it in your car.
Fuck, you could probably drive to Owasso without pants on. Going shopping. I mean, you could order the food without pants. Hey,
with your pajamas on.
I might not be wearing pants.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I'm wearing pants. See?
Too cold out there.
I'm wearing pants. See? I'm wearing brown pants. See?
That's why I'm hiding behind the printer.
No, we're all wearing pants. I guarantee we're all wearing pants.
Too cold not to.
But I didn't know that was something you could do. I went to Jake's. I walked into his apartment. He's got this dog. I don't know what the fuck her problem is, but she grabbed hold of my leg, like she was trying to bite me.
Yeah, probably.
And I told Jake flat out. I said, brother, I have known you my entire life. I said, and I'm going to let that one slide. I said, but if that dog ever grabs a hold of me like that again, I said, I'm going to cut her fucking throat. And he's like,
and Jared won't do that.
He's like, well, why would you say? I said, because that dog didn't have no right to fucking bite me. I've been in here many times.
He should have a sign up there then.
And I told him, I said, you got to take care of that. Which, by the way, I don't abuse animals, but I said it out of anger. But
how are you?
Yeah, it did. I was scared and I was angry and frustrated. It's like, what the fuck, you know? And the dog didn't actually sink his teeth. He didn't draw blood or break skin or anything like that, but he grabbed a hold of me. I could feel the, you know, and it's like, what in the fuck? And Jake, get that dog in that bedroom. And I told Jake, you gotta have your dog under control. Or put up a sign on your door that says, beware of the dog. Yeah. I wouldn't do that to a dog, by the way, but...
Yeah, because I'd hate to have him be gone and, go to get the kids from school or something, and then have the manager come in and then attack him.
Know he's got a dog.
Yeah.
That's
so, yeah. So I hope I didn't blow your cover, Jake. I don't know if animals are allowed in your apartment. I don't know if that was the agreement on the lease. I didn't know if that was the agreement on your lease. I don't know the terms and conditions of your lease, so I hope I didn't just tattle on you. The manager doesn't even know that I watched or that I have videos like this anyway. So that was kind of an interesting thing, but then all's well ended well. I mean, I waited for Jake to come back from Owasso, and I kept his son Adam, which I put up a video on my channel here where Adam and I are just relaxing and chilling out and everything, and it was probably like 10 seconds or so. I don't even remember how long the video was, but yeah, so there's that. I mean, that's pretty much how my week went. Seems we're in the middle of a pandemic. I don't know what's happening with the trick or treat. I think they canceled it.
No.
In a lot of places they have.
Yeah, but
I know last night
they're having it. It's just you got to pretty much put your candy outside and just let the kids grab it.
Well, last night at Ace Hardware in Chesaning, they had trunk or treat.
Yep.
My friend Kelly, she's got a little baby named Lily. I love and adore her so much. She was wearing a bunny. I think she was a bunny. Bunny rabbit. And I was up there when she was putting it on. And it's like, you are so precious. You're so adorable. And she looked up at me and smiled, really bright.
It's a taco.
And, oh yeah, she loves the word taco. That's like her favorite word.
She should have been dressed as a taco.
Yeah, that would have been phenomenal. But she was the cutest little bunny rabbit. It's like...
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, Reese was Michael Jackson, yeah.
He had that costume right down to a T.
I asked him yesterday, I said, hey Reese, I said, can you do the moonwalk? And he just walked backwards and tried to, well, you did good, Reese, you did good. I couldn't do a moonwalk. But back in the 80s, Michael Jackson perfected the moonwalk. I think it was back in like 83 or 84.
Well, everybody's doing it.
He did the moonwalk on national television for the first time. Yeah, it was really that was a big thing back then. And Michael Jackson, he was doing a Pepsi commercial and his hair caught on fire. Mm-hmm. That was back in the 80s.
I remember that. Right on the set.
Yeah, right on the set. Yeah.
Freaked a lot of people out.
He went through a lot from that fire too.
Michael Jackson had a rough life, but he also he had a rough life all the way up until he died.
You know, there is one song of his that I do remember.
What's that?
Black and White.
Oh yeah, Black and White. Yep, I like that song. He had a lot of good songs.
It pretty much pertains to what's going on in the world today. Your blacks and your whites are...
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're black or white.
Yeah, they're fighting, and it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter your skin color. That's... he had a lot of good songs. Even with the Jackson 5, he had a lot of good songs. I like ABC and I'll Be There and The Love You Save. That's another good one. I Want You Back. He had a song called Ben back in the 70s.
And people have to look at what is a person's nationality. Are they Native American? Are they, you know what I mean?
What are you getting at? I don't understand.
Like your Indians are darker skin.
Yeah.
Native Americans.
Indians, and Native Americans.
Native American.
Yeah.
And then you've got your black.
Yeah.
Then you've got your mixed breed black and white. Then you've got, which they call Oreo.
Yeah, which is racist, by the way.
Yeah.
And then
I don't agree with that.
you've got your whites.
Yeah.
Like us.
Yeah.
And then you've got your towel.
Yeah, there's
Iraq, Iran,
they call them towel heads.
Afghanistan and
yeah, the towel. There's all different races.
My best friend is from Iraq, and he.
Oh, I have.
My psychiatric doctor is from either Afghanistan or Iraq.
And
he came here because of war.
My oncologist from back in the 80s, Dr. Scott. He's from Nigeria.
He's cool.
And I love him to death. He's he's family to me.
Yeah, he is.
And Dr. Guerra and Dr. Kulkarni. Yep. They're I think they're from Nigeria.
And you know the foreign doctors?
I know Dr. Scott is definitely.
The foreign doctors are sometimes better than
the American.
Oh yeah.
I've got 2 foreign doctors and
although
now I'm getting everything I need.
Although, you would be old enough to remember Marcus Welby, M.D.
Oh, yeah. Marcus Welby, M.D. Yeah.
Trapper John. I remember Trapper John.
Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser.
I can't that 18-year-old being a doctor.
There's a lot of those down in Lansing.
In Ann Arbor, too. There's Doogie Howsers everywhere.
The same way.
There was a show called Nurses back in, I think, the late 80s or the early 90s. And Estelle Getty, I think, was on that TV show. Estelle Getty, Sophia from the Golden Girls. I have friends of all different backgrounds and colors and races, and
I just wish people would
we're all human beings.
Just like that song, Jared, that we listened to.
Don't You Wish It Was True by
John Fogerty. So much of a meaning to it that we listen to the words. It describes everything that's happening in this world.
Yeah, if everybody was your friend, happiness would never end. I like that lyric.
Yeah.
And like I told him, with what's going on in this world today, look at Michael Jackson. He sang that song.
Black or White.
Black or White. And then he sang he was in We Are the World.
Yeah. Dionne Warwick and Stevie Wonder, I think it was. That's what friends are for.
What about Three Dog Night?
Black and White. They had a song called Black and White, Three Dog Night.
That had a meaning to it.
Yep. A child is black, a child is white.
It doesn't matter your skin color or anything like that, your nationality or anything like that. We're all here for one thing, to live.
To live, like Ebony and Ivory. Ebony and Ivory was another one. Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. Ebony and Ivory live together in perfect harmony, side by side on my piano keyboard. Whoa, no, why don't we? That's a good song. And I'm not. Don't send money. I can't sing worse shit. Please keep your money.
Well, yeah.
You sound on tune though when you got it playing.
Here, we'll do it like this.
Yeah.
Ebony and Ivory.
Here we go, Jared. Look at
we do this at Billy's out in Clio.
I'm going to take my flashlight next time.
We do that at Billy's out in Clio. Every time we reach the end, okay,
you're blaring it.
every time we go out to Billy's for the Monday flashback, and Dan Richards, hell of a nice guy. His wife Georgianne is just a sweetheart of a lady, and I've kind of started something at Billy's. At the end of every Monday flashback, I'll turn on the flashlight on my phone and I'll start waving it, and then everybody else will start, because he plays the song Happy Trails. That's how he rounds out every Monday flashback. And then when the song ends, I'll say, "This has been a Filmways presentation."
Yeah.
And
look at him and say it too.
Yeah. I've started something out at Billy's. That's my new favorite hangout.
I might have to go with you guys one of these.
You'd like it, Amy. You like Dan.
People there are friendly as hell.
Yeah. Yep. I only had one issue.
Even the young people that come in there are nice.
Yeah. I only had one issue with a guy out there. I guess he's a Vietnam vet, but he came in drunk and he was mouthing off to some women. And it's like, okay, you're not going to do that in front of me. You're not going to sit there and call these women a fucking bitch because they're talking to me. He was drinking. Okay, I consider that factor. But then he started calling me an asshole, and I said, "Oh, just a second here, old man. So you don't come in here. You want to call me names, that's cool. But you're going to sit there and degrade and belittle those women? I don't think so, motherfucker." And I followed him out the door. But the bartenders knew that they told him. He said, you straighten your act up or you're never allowed in here again.
Monday night, he did tell me and Jared, "You guys have a safe trip home."
Yeah.
Because I was standing there.
And he was drinking too. He was drinking.
He knew who I was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I said, "You guys have a safe trip home. Why you guys?"
He kept looking at me though. He kept looking at me.
But he ain't gonna.
I know he ain't gonna do anything, but it's like you're not gonna disrespect me, dude.
You're not gonna intimidate me.
Yeah.
I'd knock him on his ass, and that's the way it would be.
I mean, I don't look for confrontation.
It ain't the first
But-
time I've been kicked out of a bar.
I don't look for confrontation like that, but don't be a dick.
But then I see them women last Monday drinking the way they were, and I'm thinking, oh, they deserve it then if they're gonna stay there and listen to him.
But yeah.
Another cup.
Yeah, if you would so kindly.
I'm on everybody's second cup, so.
Bring mine to mine.
Yeah, the minute I got up this morning, I started to.
Yeah, but people just got to get along in this world.
Yeah.
There's so much hate out there now.
And when I was advocating for childhood cancer, I would point out the flaws in the problem people, and I did that because anytime you're dealing with children, you have to know what's going on. Are you okay with people using your children as pawns so they can make themselves look good in front of the world? It's kind of cheap to me. Are you okay with people who admit sexually harassing people? Are you okay with predators and drug addicts? People who they get caught with cocaine and all that other bullshit, and then they have that patch, and it shows up that there's cocaine in their system.
Marijuana is a whole different story, but when you're doing the heavy drugs,
yeah, I mean,
and stuff, no, that's wrong.
Oh, and I did find out with having mental issues,
yeah,
there are some medications out there that you cannot take.
No,
I took Robitussin once. And
Robitussin.
Yeah, Robitussin.
For mental issues?
No. I took it because I had a cold.
Oh, okay, that makes sense to say Robitussin.
Well,
that's not a...
I ended up
dropping dirty.
having one of my...
Because of the stuff in it, the alcohol, right?
And I dropped dirty.
Antihistamine
in it.
Yeah.
I can't have nothing with
I'm saying
antihistamine.
Mental issues, and then you said Robitussin. Robitussin's not a fucking mental...
No, I had a sinus cold or something going on, and I took it. And...
Oh, and for the record... seems we're on the topic of mental issues. If I recall, Amy, I think I was diagnosed.
Yeah, with bipolar.
Bipolar and depression.
And
Yeah.
no motherfucker ain't
I've
from
been
Alaska.
diagnosed with 4 different things, Jared. I've got bipolar, I've got major depression, I've got
Yep.
2 cases of
PTSD.
Yes.
Yep.
I got a case as a I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Dad suffers from I don't give a shit.
That's right. I don't give a shit. Fuck 'em.
You know what? I remember a time I told my friends, I said, if there ever comes a point where I don't give a fuck anymore, you should be very worried. Because how often, and I'm not saying I'm the only one, okay? This isn't a narcissistic thing, but I can only speak for myself. How often are you ever going to come across a childhood cancer survivor who is still a fairly young guy? I'm only 34. Someone who had always made other people a priority. How often are you going to find that? You're not.
You're not.
How often are you going to find someone who's actually real with you? You can't be real with people on Facebook because...
we have talked to parents with their children
Yeah.
who has cancer because they've talked to me.
Yeah.
They've talked to you.
You can't be real with people on Facebook because Facebook is superficial.
Yep.
It's not real. None of it is.
Well, excuse me, Jared. Look at the friend that was in the hospital at the same time as you were.
Yeah, I don't hear from her.
Drug priest daughter. I know it. What? I guess she's doing well.
Yeah, she's doing okay.
Good. Yeah.
When I was sick, we were alone.
Yep.
We were alone. It was
They-
1989.
Mom and Dad even had a church turn them away and not even let them...
Well, that wasn't then. That wasn't back then.
wasn't back then.
The church helped us when I was sick.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You're mixing that with the tornado. That's a different story.
Okay, I'm sorry.
The church did help us with transportation. They let us use their van.
Thank you.
And thank you, Racy.
Yeah.
Racy Church. But we were really alone. We didn't, it was 1989. We didn't have social media. Excuse me. We didn't have social media back then. That wasn't even a thing yet. But we were really alone. How many nights did you lose sleep?
I can't count them. I never slept.
I rest my case.
I worked. Once I got done working, I'm gone.
It was hell.
Every night.
It was hell.
Lansing, every
I
night.
remember your checkups in 2002 that you were going to.
I remember my checkups in the 90s.
Yep. I do too. Don't forget those.
People, they look at me, they listen to me, they watch my videos or whatever, and they say, well, Jared, you just sacrificed, you gave your time and your resources and your energy and your this and your that. But I also sacrificed my blood, my sweat, and my fucking tears into this. You don't think that I didn't cry when I had to get poked? You don't think I didn't bleed when they cut me open? You think I'm not going to shed blood when they took my kidney out? You think I didn't bleed?
And you don't think you didn't scream? Oh, yeah.
Do they not think that you had to have a parent hold you down?
You don't think I didn't?
Working on you?
You don't think I didn't shed a single droplet of sweat, of perspiration?
Oh, yeah.
You think I just didn't go through anything? You think that what I went through was just no big deal? It's a fucking huge deal. Because even today, I'm still feeling it. Whatever happened in 1989, I'm feeling it now. Tom Mitchell, whether it be mental illness or whatever kind of stupid shit you want to throw people under the bus about. Fuck off. And you can take your two feathers cult and you can shove it right up your fucking ass. Because I am done with people like you, and you say, well, I'm over it now. Well, you know what? I've been over this shit with people like you. You think you're the only one who's ever fucking lost something, dude. You think you're the only one who's ever sacrificed something. You're not the only one. Why don't you talk to some of these people that they grovel and genuflect at your feet and they kiss the ground you walk on. They got their heads so far up your ass that their faces are turning 50 shades of purple. Why don't you talk to those people? You think you're the only one? You think the world revolves around you? Fuck you. And I know this is going to get shared on Facebook. I know it is. That's why I'm saying it. And all you people who were once friends with me, you can never deny or negate the fact that I helped you, that I did stuff for you. I made you a priority and you made me an option. And that's a crock of shit. She's going in the bedroom.
I need you to come shut the door, please, because you got to lift up on her.
So, were you going to have any final words before you disappear off into the...
Yeah. Peace out, everybody that's on Jared's side. And Tom Mitchell, fuck you!
Dad, were you coming back out? Oh, yeah, I thought you were going in there. I guess you are coming back out. But I've... The one thing that you people, you cannot say that I didn't love. You can't say I didn't care. You can't say that I didn't devote my time. But you know, when there's certain things happening and no one wants to talk about it because they are in fear of backlash, okay, then I'll pick up that slack. Then I'll be the one to pick up I'll take the blows. I'll take the punches for that.
Just don't stick that knife in my back and twist it.
Yeah. Oh, but that's happened more than once. It's a helicopter flying over Scruff. I've had that happen to me more than once. I've had a knife wedged in my back more than enough times. As if being cut open and having my kidney removed at the age of 2 years old wasn't enough. I guess I never mattered to you people. And that's a shame. Because you lost someone who actually gave a fuck about you. A part of me still does. You know?
But they can't see it, Jared.
Guess not.
Ignorant to see it right through it, that he's doing that.
Guess not. I guess a lot of people, they were just there temporarily.
Yeah.
But I understand love, and I understand friendship, and I understand compassion. I understand empathy. I understand all those things. But if you have to go on social media and preach it, if you have to go on Facebook daily and talk about savage kindness, which is savage kindness because it's rad. Please, is this 2020 or 1978? Get a fucking grip. If you got to go on Facebook to actually talk about it, then chances are good that you're not a kind person. I don't know. I pretty much said all I've wanted to say. This video this week was rather different. Yeah, I don't like confrontation, but if people are going to come at me like that, and because they how I see this is that everything I said about Tom Mitchell or Milk Tyson, Ronnie Duvall, any of these people that just despise me, I must have said some truth. It must have struck a nerve.
Got under their skin.
The alcohol must have really got deep into that cut. Because it burns like a motherfucker, doesn't it? Good. Good. If it means I lose every last fucking friend I've ever had in my life. You know what? When I was 16 years old, I loved being by myself. this is going to be no different. This is going to be a walk in the park for me. But never again am I going to care about people like that. Because you people stab me in the back. And because I speak the truth somehow, that means, that requires, I need to seek help because I speak the truth. Well, if that's what it comes down to, where, well, gee, anybody who speaks truth, they're sociopaths. They need help. If that's what you think, then you're the fucking liar. You're lying to yourself and you're lying to everybody around you. So, what would you be without Facebook? What would you be without Facebook? You're not getting any thumbs. Excuse me. You're not getting any of the thumbs, the likes. You're not getting any of the hearts. No one's sharing your stuff. What would you get? Who would you be without it? Oh, you wouldn't be anything, would you? Because you have created and fostered this fake online persona, and then you try to duplicate that in the real world because, well, this is how I'm perceiving myself on Facebook, so this is how I have to be in the real world. Anything I post here, I have to be here. So if I'm a gravely ill man, why are you living a double life? That's multiple personality disorder. Sounds like to me. Wouldn't it sound like it to you?
Yeah, sounds like they don't know who they are.
You can be an asshole in the real world, but pretend to be a nice guy on Facebook.
Just
So,
make yourself look good.
yeah, Tom Mitchell, so who's the gravely ill man now?
Yeah. Not saying.
If you're gonna throw me under the bus, and I'm not making a cheap shot about mentally ill people, those people really need help. And we have a mental health crisis in this country. We really do.
Yes, we do.
As Amy even pointed out, because Amy is furious. And I'm not going to censor her. I'm not going to tell her she can't speak her mind. This is not just my video. This is our video. And it doesn't make a bit of a difference. I'm not going to tell her she can't express her thoughts and her feelings.
But she'll tell you.
The thing is, just as I pointed out, you say I'm a gravely ill man. I'm not gravely mentally ill. What the fuck are you talking about? But what I will say is that coming from someone who I'm not even going to say potentially has a mental issue, because you do. You're a narcissist and an egocentric. Coming from a guy who, again, like I said, you try to put on this good show for everybody on Facebook because they're kissing your ass on a daily basis. And if I were those people, I'd be rather fucking embarrassed and ashamed of myself that I could allow myself to grovel at someone's feet and genuflect like they worship you. You people are holding on. She's over here waving off camera. You people are living an everlasting adolescence. You're holding on to your high school mentality. You're grown-ass people. Well, having kids is just like babysitting. You're a fucking idiot. You're grown now. You have a job. You have families. And here you are on Facebook playing the social popularity game. Still. And Barkley agrees. You guys are the ones who have the issues. But anyway, she's over here waving.
Yes, Jared.
Yes.
I wanted to say
Well, come on out.
that you know what bothers me the most is when they hurt you, they're not only hurting you, but they're also hurting me because I see the crap you go through when they do it.
Yeah. And so
and it
does
hurts
he.
me inside knowing that people can treat you this way after you've done everything you can for them.
Yeah.
Jared has been here for me through a lot of things. Jared has a caring heart. I'm tired of him getting burned in the end by all these so-called people that everyone worships. So please, stop. I can't deal with it no more.
And you know
That's my end note.
You know what I always say? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but doesn't it?
Depression-wise, though, Wayne, it hurts me.
I know it.
Doesn't it hurt you, Dad?
Well, yeah, because they're all hiding behind the fucking camera. They're all hiding.
No, but
you're
pinpointing specifics. Overall, generally speaking.
Yeah.
Going and seeing Jared go to his room because people are treating him like shit.
Yeah, and I told him, what do I tell him? Fuck them people, because they're all a bunch of fucking
It's easy to say.
idiots, hypocrites,
But
motherfuckers.
like Jared just said, Wayne, it's easier to say than it is being done.
Come to my world, motherfuckers.
The thing is,
Come to my world.
the thing is, I understand. The thing is, when your heart grows attached to people,
Yep.
when knowing what I've had to go through in my life, I know what people are going through because I've been there. How do I not care?
I've been there.
And Jared,
Yeah, I still care.
sorry to interrupt. I'm going to say peace out on that last note because
Yeah.
I'm getting worked up. It's time for me to go.
Go in there and smoke.
Thank you, Wayne.
But I didn't know it affected her that much.
Yeah, it did.
See?
She almost wanted to cry. Jared.
Yeah. I know. I almost wanted to cry too.
And people just don't understand.
I have cried.
People just don't understand. And what happened to all this fucking bullying shit?
What I want to know is whatever happened to people.
Yeah, whatever happened.
Whatever happened to
How you doing, neighbor?
whatever happened to saying, you know what, if there's a problem, let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. I want to hear both sides of a story.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to civilization? Whatever happened to the kindness that Tom Mitchell preaches about all the time?
Good, the robots.
Whatever happened to that? Now we just don't talk.
The robots, they listen to one person. They don't get the other story. They listen to one person. Oh, this must be true. Without even going to the main source and talking, like adults.
People don't know how to, grown adults don't know how to act like adults. They just don't.
The kids act better than adults.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They understand. You wouldn't think they do, but they do understand.
You have a right to your beliefs, and I'm not denying people rights to their beliefs. You can believe whatever you want.
People are cruel.
But what I'm also saying is go by the evidence. Now, there is, because I did email Tom Mitchell back, and I really laid into him. I ripped into him. And what he did is he shared it on Facebook to show one side, to show the horrible, mean, vindictive Jared Fuller. No, that was in response to an email he sent to me. But I'm still the bad guy, regardless. Because we all know that Tom Mitchell's perfect and he never does wrong.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the fucking Bible is written about Tom Mitchell, right? Tom Mitchell said, "Let there be light." Tom Mitchell said, "Don't eat the fruit from the forbidden tree of knowledge."
Don't nibble on it.
It took Tom Mitchell 6 days to create the earth.
Wow.
Tom Mitchell sanctioned slavery in the Bible. He made it okay to own people as property. I mean, y'all act as if he's God. That's what it says in the Bible. It's okay to own people as property, and it's fucking disgusting.
If he is, stop the fucking fighting and the robbery and all this other bullshit.
Oh, and I almost forgot. Tom Mitchell parted the sea. He parted the waters. Remember that story?
Yeah, but maybe the water wanted to because it couldn't stand him.
And all his children lived to be 900 years old. They built this great big fucking ship, the Ark, And they had all these different species on this particular ark, and they didn't eat each other.
Wow.
Wow. According to Tom Mitchell, there was a worldwide flood.
Wow.
If that's the case,
why are we still here?
Well, if there was such a thing as a worldwide flood, how did land animals evolve over billions of years?
Yeah, where'd they come from?
If the world flooded, how did that happen? See, everything that happens in the world is because of Tom Mitchell. According to you guys who support him and, oh, he's just a wonderful guy. Yeah.
Wonderful at taking your money and all that other bullshit.
Yeah. He acts like his nonprofit organization is his back pocket. Just like Mike Tyson, he acts as if fighting all monsters is his back pocket. Money that he solicited from people.
Ask him if he's got receipts for all that. What he gets.
And the thing, I bet he does. The thing is, instead of giving to these nonprofit organizations where they're going to take all the credit for what you do to help somebody else, why don't you just directly give the money to the people who need the help?
And don't take credit for it.
You will take the credit, all the credit. Fuck these nonprofit organizations.
They ain't done shit.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying don't donate to St. Jude or any of that, but when you come across arrogant, selfish, self-centered people like that, Tom Mitchell and all these other, Mike Tyson and Ryan Duvall. Ryan Duvall doesn't have a nonprofit organization. He was scamming money from people for years, and he still is. So instead of giving money to the nonprofit organization, just give your money directly to the people, the families, if you feel so inclined to give. That sounds like a more viable option. I don't know. I'm really hurt because I just thought it would, people would be better. I thought, the people who I thought would never leave me actually ended up leaving. And it's not because they see Jared Fuller for what he is. What do you mean see me for what I am? A person who defends himself and doesn't take shit from people? You mean that Jared Fuller? Because that's not going away. That's permanent. And Tom Mitchell can go on Facebook and say, well, I'm not sorry for what I post and blah, blah, blah. Like a true narcissist that he is not sorry. Because he never does wrong. He never does wrong. He's perfect. He's infallible. Like the fucking Pope. He's infallible. Never does wrong. Never. Here, I'm telling you, I'm not perfect, and I fucked up a lot of my life. I have never broken a law. I've never been in jail or prison or anything like that. But I'm not perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
I'm a fallible human being. I make mistakes all the time. What you see is what you get. I'm not trying to cover myself or to make myself look like someone I'm not.
And you live by your mistakes.
I've made plenty of mistakes in my life.
So do I. But I try better than myself, too.
And I only learn from those mistakes. I profit from those mistakes. If someone's treating me like shit and I don't understand why, and I want to find out, I want to give some information like, why are you treating me like shit? That's not, you don't get to cry foul because, oh, he's harassing me, emailing me, texting me. It's not harassment. It's not.
Freedom of speech.
I'm asking you a question. Politely asking you a question. How can you be friends with someone for so long and then suddenly one day, out of the blue, don't want to be friends with them anymore? Why would you do that? Because of what you read on Facebook. You're too stupid to believe everything you see on Facebook. However, the email or whatever Tom Mitchell had posted, and I'm assuming it was the email that I sent to him because I fired back at him. You're only seeing one side of it. And I just read you the fucking email that he sent to me. But you guys are going to overlook that. And by the way, he never asked me politely. He can claim that he nicely asked me to stop. He never did. Because that's the narcissism coming out. So all you people who genuflect and bow down and kiss his ass, keep doing it. You're good at it. Hell, you should be paid for it. That should be like your new job. Kissing ass, genuflecting. Oh, great one. Well, I got some final words, but I'm going to let Dad get to his first. Dad?
All I can say is stop being a hypocrite. Stop starting all this bullshit. And if you don't know me, then shut up. You ain't got nothing to say about me. But I'm Wayne Fuller. My son is Wayne E. Fuller. And Jared is Jared. So.
And I have another brother named Jay.
Yeah, and a son named Jay. So. You guys, fuck off.
Yep. And my final word for this week is the world doesn't fucking revolve around you. The world doesn't revolve around me. I'm not perfect, like I said. I'm learning every day. Sadly, I'm learning the truth about people who I thought were my friends and would always be there for me if I needed them. Turns out not, because I stuck up for myself. I fired back.
Sticking you in the back and turning the knife.
I fired back at someone who deserved to be called out for his hypocrisy and his narcissism. I fired back. What can I say? I didn't take shit from somebody. Such a bad guy because I wouldn't put up with that. Well, all I can say is it's nice being friends with you for the 7 years of my life that you fucking wasted thinking that you actually cared and wanted to be friends with me. And that goes for everybody who's listening to this. Thanks for wasting my time. You can kindly go fuck yourself.
So if I'm your friend, text
yeah.
them.
You know, they know how to get a hold of me, but to those people who wasted my time, kindly go fuck yourself. That's all for this week. Toodaloo.